behalf of Hollow Hills Community Library. I'm so glad you're joining me today. We have a great story and a great craft to do this afternoon that's all about cookies. Who here likes cookies? Raise your hand. All right, great. So we're going to start by reading a story called If You Give a Mouse a Cookie by Laura Numeroff. And then we're going to do a great cookie craft, and we're going to talk about different types of cookies and their different shapes. All right, so just like at the library, before we start our stories, we have to get all of our wiggles out. So can everybody wiggle their fingers? And can you wiggle your toes? Wiggle your shoulders. And wiggle your nose. Excellent. Now no more wiggles are left in me, so I can sit still as can be. Okay, let's get started. If You Give a Mouse a Cookie by Laura Numeroff. You give a mouse a cookie. If you give a mouse a cookie, he's going to ask for a glass of milk. When you give him the milk, he'll probably ask for a straw. When he's finished, he'll ask for a napkin. Then he'll want to look in a mirror to make sure he doesn't have a milk mustache. When he looks in the mirror, he might notice his hairs need a trim. So he'll probably ask for a pair of nail scissors. When he's finished giving himself a trim, he'll want a broom to sweep up. He'll start sweeping. He might get carried away and sweep every room in the house. He may even end up washing the floors as well. When he's done, he'll probably want to take a nap. You'll have to fix up a little box for him with a blanket and a pillow. He'll crawl in, make himself comfortable, and fluff the pillow a few times. He'll probably ask you to read him a story. So you'll read to him from one of your books, and he'll ask to see the pictures. When he looks at the pictures, he'll get so excited, he'll want to draw one of his own. He'll ask for paper and crayons. He'll draw a picture. When the picture is finished, he'll want to sign his name with a pen. Then he'll want to hang his picture on your refrigerator, which means he'll need Scotch tape. He'll hang it up. He'll hang up his drawing and stand back to look at it. Looking at the refrigerator will remind him that he's thirsty. So he'll ask for a glass of milk. And chances are, if he asks for a glass of milk, he's going to want a cookie to go with it. The end. All right. I hope you enjoyed that story. I love that one. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about cookies. What is your favorite type of cookie? You can shout it out. My favorite type is chocolate chip. They're so delicious. And there's so many different types of cookies. Some cookies have sprinkles, and some have jelly, and some have sugar, and some have no sugar at all. There's all different types So let's talk about cookies that come in different shapes. So I said that my favorite cookie was a chocolate chip cookie. And chocolate chip cookies are typically what shape? What shape do you think a chocolate chip cookie is? I'll give you a little hint. It looks like this. Shout it out when you know the answer. And if you said a circle, you're correct. Chocolate chip cookies are usually in the shape of a circle. Some other shaped cookies we have are something like a petticoat tail. Can you tell me what shape a petticoat tail is? If you said triangle, you're correct. There's also a cookie called a canestrelli cookie. What shape do you think a canestrelli cookie looks like? If you said diamond, you're correct. And how about a popcornjock? What shape do you think this cookie is? If you said rectangle, you are correct. So there's all different types of cookies out there, and I bet they're all delicious. All right, so since we talked all about cookies, I think it's time for our cookie craft. Okay, now it's time to do our craft. For this craft, it would be helpful to have the following materials: a brown piece of paper, another colored piece of paper. So for me, I'm going to use yellow, and this is going to be what your cookie jar is going to look like. A pair of scissors, a pencil, a black marker or crayon, and a round tracing tool. You don't have to use this if you're good at drawing circles, but I found this to be really helpful. Okay, and since we're using scissors, I think it's a good idea to do this with a grown-up. So make sure you have a grown-up with you when you're cutting. Okay, so we're going to start by tracing our circle. So we're going to need our pencil and our tracing tool, or if you don't have a tracing tool, that's okay. And we're just going to trace a circle shape on our brown paper using our pencil. Okay, and we're going to make 10 of these for this project, but you can make as many as you like. You can keep going, you can make 20, 30, even 50 circles. And once you're done making your circles, we're going to cut them out. Again, just be careful using your scissors. And we're going to cut out our circle shape. Yours is going to be much neater than mine, I know. Okay, so we're going to do that 9 more times, or more if you'd like. All right, so once we have our circle shape cut out, we're going to use our other piece of paper to make the cookie jar. So the cookie jar that I made looks like this. It just sort of has this curve at the top, so you don't have to make it fancy if you don't want to. Or if you do, that's okay too, and you could always decorate it at the end. But if you want to just make a simple one like I did, you're just going to take your piece of paper and sort of make like a rounded edge at the top. Just like that, like a semicircle. And then you're just going to use your scissors and cut that out. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, our next step is to use our marker or our crayon and write the numbers 1 through 10 on our cookie jar, just like I did here. You want to make sure the numbers are big, that they're spaced out, and that they're random. So you don't want to put them in order. Any old order would be fine. And we're going to do the numbers 1 through 10, but again, if you want to keep going on your cookie jar, you could do that too. All right. So I'm gonna go with the one I used, and we have all of our numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so once we have that done, we're going to take our circles that we cut out, our 10 circles, and we are going to make dark circles with our black marker or crayon, and they're gonna kind of look like chocolate chips or raisins if you like oatmeal raisin cookies, just like this. So we're gonna make a circle for every number we have on the paper. So for example, we'll make 1 dot for the number 1, just like that. We'll make 2 dots for the number 2, and so on. So when we're done, we're gonna have all the numbers on our cookies, just like this. All right, so once you've made your dots, you are done. So now the fun part, where you get to count the dots and put it on the cookie it belongs to. So this is really fun because you can do this over and over again as long as you don't glue it down to the page. You can do this with your family, and it's a great way to practice your counting. So be sure to count how many chocolate chips you have in your cookie and put it on the correct number. And when you're done, you will have a full cookie jar. All right. So I hope you enjoyed the story and this craft, and I'm so glad you joined me today, and I hope to see you soon. All right, thank you. Talk to you soon. Bye.